So I'm back with part 4, Enmity. Let's continue here. So again, I just finished proving to you that the Lord created Esau for the same purpose he created the Pharaoh, so that eventually he built him up and at the end destroy him, right? And in destroying him, he will exalt his name. As it says here, my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Okay, that I might show my power in thee, all right, when he destroys him, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. So this way, his name, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh's name, will be exalted in his son's name, Yahweh, all right, in destroying Esau, just like he did the Pharaoh. Get it? All right. Therefore, he, will have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. And what you see him doing, he has hardened, like he hardened the heart of the Pharaoh, he's hardened the heart of Esau, made that, raised up his ego, his pride, you understand? So that, he's going to take that real steep fall, okay? Out of power, all right? You understand? All right. And thou wilt say unto me, why does he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nobody can resist the Lord's will. All right? In other words, when those missiles come, okay, they're going to come because that is the will of the Father. It'll tell you that in Revelations 17, 16, and 17. When you read 16, it tells you, and the 10 horns who are the EU nations, which thou sawest on the beast is NATO, thee shall hate the whore is America, Babylon the Great, and shall make her desolate, make America, Babylon the Great, desolate, naked, eat her flesh, burn her with fire. Yeah, they're going to do that through what? Through that thermonuclear fire from the ICBMs that they're going to send over. In the next verse, it tells you this, all right? That the Lord, the God power, will put it in their hearts. Hearts in Hebrew is lab, which means mind. So he will put it in their hearts and minds to what? To fulfill his will. Right? And that's what we're reading about right here. And thou shalt say unto me, why does he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Who can resist the will of the Lord? No one can. Again, he's the director. He's the producer. He's the writer. He's the potter with the clay. Okay? Nobody can resist the will of the Lord. Again, this was all envisioned by him before the world began, declaring the end from the beginning of the foundation of the earth, of the world, before it began. You understand that? Saying the things that are not yet done. What is that? Prophesying. You understand that, people? And then that stuff was given on to the angels, okay? And the angels are the messengers to go and give on to the prophets, and the prophets wrote them on tables, and they wrote them eventually on scrolls, paper, and eventually, over time, this gets into a book form. You understand that, people? Okay? It's not rocket science, people, all right? But you do have to understand what you're reading. All right? And you do have to read. You understand? And you do have to be familiar with history. Okay? And here we're dealing with prophecies. Okay? We're dealing with prophecies, dark sayings, allegories. Okay? Parables. Okay? Parabolic, metaphoric. You understand that? Right? All right. So, nay, but old man, who art thou that repliest against the God power? Shall a thing formed, right? You see that? A thing formed. And who formed it? Who made everything? It wasn't you. It wasn't me. You understand that? Like when we read Jeremiah, 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Again, this stuff just gets really deep, people, all right? How would he have known you before he formed you? Because he created you. He knew you when you were a spirit that he created. You understand that? Remember, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. You understand this, people? Okay? So, again, with Jeremiah 1 and 5, which this stuff gets into the blue letter when you get into the word election or elect. Okay? All right? Before the foundation of the world, he decreed upon certain men to be amongst his elect. They were sanctified, which means is they were made holy and separate from the rest of mankind. Okay? And that there would be a time when, this stuff would lie dormant, when the awakening would take place. And as you can see, there's a mass awakening taking place. All right? But again, we're dealing with a small number here. Because again, the Lord's not coming back for all of Israel. He's coming back for the 1/3. And that's what you see happening. Okay? All right? Now, there may be, you may look at it and say, well, it's a huge number, that's being awoken. Well, not everybody is of the elect. Okay? And then you just have people that are awoken to the fact that they're Israelites. But that's not what's going to save you. What's going to save you is if you're of the elect, if you're written in the book of life. If you're actually one of those people, all right, whose spirit was elected from the foundation of the world. That is how you are going to be saved. Because again, nobody's saved until they're taken up into the chariots. Then you know you were saved, that you were amongst the elect. So we like to say that we are of the hopeful elect, that we'd like to be of that number, all right? Like that song when the saints go marching in. I like to be of that number when the saints go marching in. All right? All right. So I believe you people get the point here. Okay? Have not the potter power over the clay. Who's the potter? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, right? And he does have power over the clay, right? And we're the clay. All right, to take of the same lump, in other words, the same seed, right? And the seed comes out of Isaac, both good and evil, just like Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Hello? You people get it? Right? Good and evil. All right? The Lord has always been about a balance, and that's all throughout the scriptures. Okay? Have not the potter, who's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, power over the clay? The answer is yes. Right? To take of the same lump, the same seed, being Isaac, to make one vessel unto honor, that would be who? Jacob, whose name later would be changed to Israel, his descendants being the Israelites, made up of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand that? Okay? So far? And another vessel, right, unto dishonor. Who would that be? Esau, Edom, right? Whose descendants would later be the Edomites. You understand that? And he would change his, over the centuries, he'd have, he called himself by the lands he conquered. Called himself French, Germany, France, English, Spanish, whatever. He called himself all these things, but he's not them. He's Esau Edom. He's the Edomite. All right, and in 1681, he put into law to have himself be called white, which simply just means pure. And again, that's just a further, move by him, all right, to hide himself, okay? Because he's a fugitive and a vagabond, all right, because he ain't pure. You understand that, people? All right? And separate himself, like from the rest. In other words, he calls, people black. Black means devoid of light. Okay? By the way, you're not devoid of light. You are the children of light. Do you people see the difference? Do you understand what this man's doing? It's psychological warfare upon you. All right, this is about taking your minds. Okay, because once he controls your mind, he controls your soul. You got that? So this man is about perverting your minds and corrupting your minds. Okay, and he does that any which way he can. You understand that? By carnal means, as well as by what we're talking about here. All right? To do it spiritually, okay? Mentally. You understand that? All right. All right, so you people get the point, all right? So he created one vessel to honor the Israelites, and the other vessel to dishonor the Edomites, okay? So what if the God power, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured much long-suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? Who are the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? Esau, Edom, Thessalonians, okay? 2 and 3, all right? As a matter of fact, we have to do this in the blue letter. All right. Go to Thessalonians 2 and 3. All right. See, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. That's the fall of Jerusalem, 70 AD, 67 AD. All right. And that man of sin be revealed. All right. When you get into that, that's talking about the lawless one, the one who opposes the Lord. All right. The man of sin, right? See?
Strong's G 266, hamartia.
See, to miss or wander from a path of uprightness and honor, to do or go wrong. See, to wander from the law of God, to violate God's law, sin. That's what he is. That's what Esau, Edom is. And he does this. What does he put in your neighborhoods? You know, from the generations. He has you eating pork, lobster, all this stuff. Right. To keep you in sin. This man has set up a system to keep you in sin, in constant sinning. And little did you know that, because, you know, again, you know, they don't tell you about that in the churches, about what not to eat and what you should eat. They don't teach you that. They're on the 501c3. They're restricted from teaching you any kind of truth. You understand that, people? All right, and I'm talking to you Israelites, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up 12 tribes. This is to give you understanding, especially to those brothers and sisters that are new to this. All right? So you see, he is the man of sin, and he gets you to sin, and then he goes to the Father. He's the false accuser. Okay, the slanderer, and he slanders you through the media every chance he gets. You understand? And he's done this for centuries. This is all about keeping you people in darkness. All right? What else? All right, the other one we want to look at, perdition. See, he's about destruction. See, didn't we just finish reading the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? What does it say here? Destroying, or the destruction of vessels. You see that? You got it? Destruction would consist of eternal misery in hell. Hell is not a place but a condition. Like being at the bottom where we are. We're in our hell. Esau's in his heaven as being, you know, put in the power seat. When in fact, he's not over us. We are over him. We are the sons, all right, of the Most High. We are Yasharallah, the Negro, Latino, and Native American. You understand? And that's getting ready, you know, we're getting ready to trade places again. And of course, this time it's permanent. Okay? When Yahushua returns. All right? All right, we'll end this here. We'll be right back. Part 5. Shalom.